It didn't work. Hey, it's Trixie. Welcome to the Underground. Happy Mother's Day for all the mothers out there. And happy Mother's Day to my own mother. Just one thing, Ma, I love you, but please get a hearing aid. I mean, sometimes I talk to her and she thinks I'm saying something totally different and she starts yelling at me. I'm like, I didn't say that. It's very annoying. Just a couple of things. Remember last week I doused myself in gasoline? No gasoline. You guys, thank you for your comments. So there's no smell on my sneakers anymore. But just a couple of things from work. I don't know why people find the need to tell me everything health related. Do I have that look like I'm an MD? But when I was like walking to the gas station, like walking to the attendant to just give him my money, this guy's telling me he blew out his back, and then when I got into work, I'm walking by, and I'm in like a warehouse, and I'm walking by this guy, and he goes, "Hey, are you Italian?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he knew me from Facebook. I'm not friends with him, but he knew my real name, which kind of freaked me out. And he said stuff about going to a strip club. So I had to listen to that. It was like kind of early, but he's telling me how this pregnant woman is on the pole and like looked like she just gave birth like a day ago, and she's on the pole. And I was like, that's kind of strange that they'd have somebody in that condition that, I don't know, maybe they know her and they care about her. And then he proceeds to tell me about this woman who had butt plugs in her. I'm like, what's a butt plug? I don't know what I've never used a butt plug. What is that? And he starts to describe it to me. I'm like, okay, that's enough. And they said it had lights. So yeah, thanks a lot for that. You ruined my appetite for the next 20 years. But, this is what I get at work. Like, I asked for this. Yeah, that's my crazy week. And remember I told you last week I was going to go biking? Well, I went to my favorite reservoir in this city, and they gated it up, like half of it. I'm like, are you kidding me? So it's like a big like work zone. They're doing maintenance on the reservoir. I'm like, what? So there's gates on there. I can't even reach it. But I kind of went to the left. There's two ways you can go. So I went to the left and I punished myself. I went as far as I could to the gates. And then instead of going around 4 times, I went 8 times. So it's kind of cool. I just have to watch out for chipmunks. I almost run them over and scream every day. So I lost 3.5 pounds in like 1 week. It's kind of cool. I feel good. Like, yeah, another 20 to go. Let's see if I can do it. Another woman at work told me, she's like, where's the squash? What the heck is squash? I've never seen squash. Never ate squash. She's looking at me like I'm from Mars. I'm like, I don't eat vegetables. And she's like, are you kidding me? How come you're so beautiful? That was comical. Thank you. You made my week. But no, vegetables, no, I don't really. I'm kind of steak and potatoes. But I am getting comments like you're talking too much about Vanderpump Rules. I don't care. It's almost over. You'll have to deal with it a couple more weeks. I started watching the old episodes. Now you're going to get me recapping the old episodes. And James was in Boston last night. I was breathing the same air as James Kennedy. But I didn't get to go see him because my friend actually is back. He travels all over the country. He's a retired doctor. And he's like, yeah, I'm at my granddaughter's graduation party, but we were like scheming. What are we gonna do? He gets me going, I don't really want to get on a plane because you see all those things in the news where people are trying to kill each other from just leaning back in their seat, and people are raged. I'm like, I'm not gonna deal with that. So I'm thinking maybe Martha's Vineyard. I didn't think I'd like Martha's Vineyard. I thought I'd be bored, stuck on an island, but the people were very welcoming. They're friendly to gay people. They're friendly to black people. It's kind of like the way the country should be. The food was good. That's all I care about is beach and food. And like that I can buy tons of shirts. And, there's a Jaws bridge because Jaws was filmed in Martha's Vineyard in Oaks Bluffs. And whatever. And I have a shirt that says I jumped off the Jaws bridge. I didn't. Don't tell anybody because I can't swim. And I know people have died jumping off that bridge and getting swept away by the currents. All right. Old Vanderpump Rules. So the reason why James is kind of like messed up and goes 0 to 100 as far as his rage and crying and stuff, he's like a product of divorce. So I don't think he could get over that. He's really close to his dad. And his dad was the manager of George Michael, and actually George Michael was James's godfather. Not anymore, obviously, he's gone. But his father used to drive a Mercedes, have a Range Rover, and live in this nice house. And then he got in a falling out with George Michael, so he lost the cars, he lost the house, and then he was like living above a flat, and then the wife left. No money, the wife's gone. So, and another thing, Stassi. Ooh, I was watching season 4, and you know, she was with Jax on season 1, and I don't know why I wasn't listening before, but I was paying close attention. I didn't know she had a sex tape. And she said it wasn't Jack, so I was trying to do some detective work, like who was it? It wasn't Patrick. She gets in relationships. She doesn't really sleep with guys. So I deduced it was Frank. Frank was the guy she went with after Jax. And he ended up getting fired from Sir. But I guess he filmed her. Be careful, ladies, when you're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And she was, you know, touching herself. He tried to sell the tape. What a scumbag. I'm sorry, but I think that's disgusting. I know, I kind of did something like that, but filmed it. I wasn't the one doing it. But, yeah, when we broke up, the girl's like, can you erase that? Of course. I'm not, what do you think? I'm going to go on the black market and try to show it to everybody? That's really disgusting. I mean, you know, that's something you don't have to worry about. But I think, you know, kind of be safe, ladies. Don't let anybody film you. It's kind of, you never know who you're with, like someone who's crazy and just a scumbag. And I guess Frank is working at a deli in upstate New York, so... I got to tell you, the guy was so scummy, he wanted like $900 to not sell it. And I guess Lisa paid him off. Lisa's like everybody's dead mother. So let's get fast forward, season 10, Vanderpump Rules. The season finale was supposed to be last week, but of course they have to add in the cheating where Ariana found out. So that's going to be this week. But last week, Raquel bought a lightning bolt necklace that was matching Sandoval's. How cute. Raquel is really out of her tree. She's hanging out with Sandoval and Schwartz. So it's like I don't know, what do you call it, a throuple or something? And you see Sandoval with his shirt open and his John Travolta pants from the 70s. Oh, I can't take it anymore. But, and then when it heats up and everybody's like abusing Raquel, Schwartz is hiding behind the trees because he doesn't really like confrontation. And I don't know, Raquel, you could tell like something's off. And obviously she went into rehab. She needs it. She's not a bad person, but you think she was you know, in a beauty pageant. She wanted to be Miss California, but Trump said, sorry, too old at 28 years old. So I think, you know, she cared about her reputation, and now she doesn't, obviously, with going with all these, you know, guys that are in relationships. So I think she's trying to, like, let it all go. You know, kind of, you know, when a woman kind of holds stuff inside and then you let it out, you kind of go too far and act like a hooker. But I just think it's just... So Sandoval wants us to be sorry for him because Ariana doesn't like making muffins for breakfast or doesn't buy toilet paper and pens. I mean, really? This is like your victimhood? Are you kidding me or what? That's no excuse. Just say I would respect you more if you say you're a scumbag. Just say you're a scumbag. And I just think, you know, it's not the worst thing. I know guys are weak. They cheat. 10 years is pretty good for a relationship. I don't really... But he's just so whiny. I can't stand it. Vanderpump Rules won for Best Reality On-Screen Team at MTV. I thought that was cool. So, you know, see, I like the show since the first season, and it's good. It's still on. It lasted longer than Friends. So I watch, my mother calls me up, and I'm getting my mother into this. She's like, maybe I'll watch all 10 seasons. It was on Celebrity Family Feud. So... It must have been like years ago when they were together. And, you know, the Fast Money, Steve Harvey asked Sandoval, who was the last person you lied to? And he said his mother. Love a guy that lies to his mommy. No, the last person you lied to is right next to you. It's Ariana, you scumbag. It's just, he's so narcissistic. So after watching The Real Housewives of New Jersey, I've come to the conclusion that I am in love with Nate Cabral. You think I'm crazy? I know, but there's something about his lips, his mouth, the way he talks. I don't know. Little Jersey accent. It's kind of cute. But I'm thinking about where I should go on vacation. And I'm thinking, I went to New Jersey last time at Cape May, but it didn't end well in Atlantic City. So I'm kind of afraid to go again because I got my phone ripped off the beach in Atlantic City and my friend got pepper sprayed. So I hope that doesn't happen again. I'm kind of like getting, you know, PTSD from that. Just a couple of, I got to go quickly because I know I can't go past 15 minutes. Cher thinks Madonna is mean. You know, looking at Madonna, I'm kind of like not surprised because one thing I like about her is she's not a phony, but she doesn't seem like she's this warm, nice person. She just says what's ever on her mind. I guess but I don't like the fact that she treats people terribly. And Cher, I love that Cher just blurts it out and calls her the B word. And she says like she's not beautiful and she's not like super talented. This is all true though. That Madonna, you don't have to be like the best singer. Like Mick Jagger's not a great singer. You just have to have something. You just have to grab people's attention, and Madonna sure knows how to do that. She's really good at staying relevant. I'm not going to go see her in concert again, but this month Taylor Swift is coming. I don't think I can talk my 72-year-old friend into going. That's one thing I can't bring them. But we're scheming. We're going to think of something fun to go to. I've never been to Vegas, thinking maybe, but I don't know if I can handle that 100-degree heat. Natalie Holloway, suspect, Joran van der Sloot, is getting extradited to Alabama. Of course, he's trying to fight this. Who wants to go to Alabama? He'd rather stay in a Peruvian jail than go to Alabama. Does that say something? My cat was actually imported from Alabama. Somebody threw her in a ditch, and I rescued her. And, I knew she was going to be trouble when she broke out of the crate on 84 West. I'm like, oh, great. This cat is like, I should have called her Houdini instead of Stevie Nicks. She opens doors, she opens cupboards, and she's so good. She just hops up and just clicks the door. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're that quick at opening. She's opening it quicker than I can. And it's funny, she let me out to do my show this morning, but when I try to go to work, she lays in front of the door. How does she know that I'm not going to work? This cat is pretty brilliant. I gotta tell you, I picked the smart. Why can't I pick a dumb cat that just lays there? I don't know. Did anybody see Trump's town hall? So one half of the country says, when they're talking to me, that he did such a great job. The other half is saying he ruined the country and he's going to do it again. They're mad at CNN for putting him on. I don't disagree with the fact that they put him on. He is the front runner. And half the country does still like him. So, and we do know who he is. But what I'm grappling with, when I looked at the audience, I'm like, they were kind of laughing and making light of sexual abuse. He just got found liable of sexual. I don't think that's funny. They were laughing. I have to think, how many people in the audience do that or did it? It's kind of like, I don't know. He isn't dumb though. When he was talking about abortion, he was like, 6 weeks? No, we're going to push it out further. He knows he has to get women to vote. He lost the suburban women's voters last time. He knows he's got to get women to vote for him. My sister voted for him the first time, did not the second time. So some people he may not get back, and he's got to expand a little bit. So, and I'm talking to people that like, Biden's not really president and it was fixed. And I'm like, well, what if Trump won? Would it have been fixed? Is the government like corrupt? I'm thinking, okay, because I don't understand how it's corrupt if he loses and it's not corrupt if he wins. But just the same old gloom and doom. He's got the same. He said the migrants were coming from mental institutions. The thing I was looking at them, they're on the train of death or the death train, and this guy was like, I'm sick, I don't have any food, I don't have any water. I'm like, he goes, I got robbed. It's worse going on the train. Can you imagine the country they're coming from? I do have sympathy for these people. I don't know what we can do with all of them. I mean, I don't think we can take all of them, but we're putting homeless people in hotels in my state, so I don't know. I do have sympathy for these people, but I mean, I think that this has got to be solved in some way, Okay, so just to end it, I know Ron DeSantis is now banning, Ron DeSantis, he's banning the Chinese. He wants to ban Chinese citizens from buying land in Florida. No wonder he's like falling behind Trump. Are you kidding me? Every week he does something crazy. I mean, that's kind of, come on now. He calls it the free state. It's not the free state. It's the opposite of free state. It's kind of crazy. George Santos cracks me up. Being charged with mail fraud and everything else, taking unemployment when he makes $120,000 a year, and allegedly, I got to say allegedly, and then he's co-sponsoring a bill about unemployment fraud. Yeah, that's not really, and still, Kevin McCarthy doesn't want him to resign. Wait, I need your votes, then you don't run for re-election. Just crazy. I think. I gotta breathe. But it's just, I wish I could go on forever. You guys, I really look forward to talking with you every week. Tucker Carlson's going to do a show on Twitter, and then Elon Musk is asking Don Lemon. So that's kind of fair and balanced, right? These guys should have a platform. I mean, I believe in freedom of speech. So I guess that's about it. I'm going to continue to talk about Vanderpump Rules, guys. I'm sorry. Just give me a couple more weeks. I promise I'll be better and talk about more depressing subjects. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Love you guys, and we'll see you next week. Thanks so much for watching.